I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong.
Shannon Bream is a well-known figure among millions of people who watch Fox News. She is renowned for her poise, intelligence, and grace when handling high-pressure situations. With her position as the host of Fox News Sunday and as one of the most respected anchors on the network, Shannon has established herself as a shining example of professionalism in the field of journalism. She has won the hearts of audiences all over the country with her sharp reporting, warm personality, and unwavering faith since she began her career. In spite of the polished exterior, however, there is a story of perseverance, love, and challenges that are extremely difficult to bear. It is possible that Shannon's life appears to be picture perfect on the surface, with a prosperous career, a loving marriage to her husband Sheldon, and a solid foundation of faith. However, she recently disclosed information that has left her followers in a state of shock and has moved the hearts of everyone who is familiar with her. Because of the devastating health struggles that her husband has endured over the years, their family has been brought to the brink of collapse, and their resilience and determination have been put to the test in ways that are incomprehensible. The love story of Shannon and Sheldon has been an inspiration to a great number of people over the years, and they have presented a united front. In spite of this, they have successfully navigated some of the most difficult situations that a couple can experience behind closed doors. Since Sheldon was given a shocking medical diagnosis at an early age, their journey has been one of heartbreak, perseverance, and unwavering faith. From the arduous recovery process to the emotional toll it took, their journey has been one of these things. An open and heartfelt revelation was recently made by Shannon, in which she discussed the suffering and difficulties that they have been through together. This revelation provided a glimpse into the challenges that have characterized their marriage. It is a story about facing the unimaginable, leaning on faith, and finding strength in love during the most difficult times in one's life. To what end did Sheldon come to be? How was it that Shannon was able to maintain her demanding career while also being there for her husband every step of the way through his health struggles? In addition, what are some of the lessons that we can all take away from their remarkable resilience? Stay tuned as we delve into the untold story of Shannon Bream and her husband Sheldon. This is a story that will move us all, inspire us, and remind us of the power that love, faith, and determination can have. Together, Shannon Bream and her husband Sheldon Bream are the quintessential example of a power couple. They are partners in every sense of the adjective. It was in the halls of Liberty University, where they were both students pursuing their dreams, that they became acquainted with one another and began their journey together. It was a meeting between two individuals who were both ambitious and determined, and they quickly discovered that they shared not only common goals, but also a profound connection that was founded on principles of love, faith, and mutual respect. Shannon was immediately drawn to Sheldon because of his charisma and strong sense of purpose. Sheldon was a standout college athlete who also had a passion for business and leadership. While this was going on, Shannon, a law student who had lofty goals and an unquestionable work ethic, left an impression on Sheldon with her superior intelligence and gracefulness. In the process of becoming inseparable, the two developed a connection that would soon be put to the test in ways that neither of them could have foreseen. Their love only grew stronger after they graduated from college. They tied the knot, marking the beginning of a journey together that would be full of both difficulties and achievements. Shannon took on the challenging world of law and eventually discovered that broadcast journalism was her true calling. Sheldon, on the other hand, pursued a career in public relations and communications. Their relationship was always their top priority, and they were there for each other through every twist and turn, despite the fact that they both had very busy schedules. Shannon frequently refers to Sheldon as her rock, referencing the fact that he has been by her side through the good times and the bad. In a similar vein, Sheldon compliments Shannon on her unflinching optimism and unwavering strength, even when she is going through the most challenging times in her life. Through their collective efforts, they established a solid foundation of trust and love, which would prove to be indispensable when their world was turned upside down. Their marriage, despite being full of happiness and laughter, has not been devoid of challenges throughout its entirety. Sheldon was diagnosed with a life-threatening brain tumor when he was only 24 years old, a diagnosis that would change the course of their lives forever. The couple faced a monumental challenge when they received this news. The story of Shannon and Sheldon's love became a testament to the power of faith and perseverance as they went through this ordeal. Their relationship, which was already strong, was put to the test in ways that the majority of couples just cannot even fathom. Nevertheless, rather than quitting, they grew closer to one another, relying on each other and their faith to guide them them through the uncharted waters that lay ahead. It was only the beginning of an incredible story that continues to motivate people all over the world, and this particular chapter in their lives was just the beginning. When Sheldon Bream's life took an unexpected and devastating turn, he was only 24 years old at the time. What started out as relatively insignificant symptoms, such as headaches, dizziness, and brief bouts of fatigue, quickly developed into something much more concerning. In the beginning, he made light of the situation, attributing it to either stress or a demanding schedule. The severity of the symptoms, on the other hand, made it abundantly clear that there was a significant problem. After going to the doctor for a number of different tests and visits, Sheldon was finally given the diagnosis that would alter the course of his life irrevocably: a brain tumor. The information reached him like a bolt of lightning, and it shook the very foundation of everything that he and Shannon had constructed together. They never for a moment imagined that they would be confronted with a challenge of this magnitude at such a tender age. Despite the fact that the tumor was benign, it was situated in a crucial region of his brain, which meant that surgery was not only required but also extremely risky. Sheldon was not only dealt a difficult physical blow by the diagnosis, but it was also a difficult emotional blow for both of them. The newlywed couple, who had just gotten married, found themselves struggling with the precarious nature of life. There was a great deal of uncertainty surrounding Sheldon's future, and the burden of the situation was nearly intolerable. In spite of everything, Shannon and Sheldon remained steadfast in their commitment to their faith and to one another, resolute to face whatever challenges lay ahead. During their entire lives, the day of the surgery was one of the most difficult and arduous days of their lives. The removal of the tumor required Sheldon to endure a grueling 9-hour procedure. This operation was fraught with significant risks, including the possibility of paralysis and long-term damage to the nervous system. In the midst of her anxious waiting, Shannon's heart was filled with fear, but buoyed by hope. Despite the fact that the tumor was successfully removed through surgery, the aftermath presented its own unique assortment of difficulties. In the morning, Sheldon awoke to find that he had lost the ability to smile. The procedure had caused nerve damage on one side of his face, which resulted in the facial muscles on that side becoming paralyzed. It was an overwhelming experience for a man who had always been self-assured and active, both physically and emotionally. In the months that followed, Sheldon and Shannon experienced some of the most difficult times in their lives. The process of recovery was ponderous and characterized by a lack of certainty. The reality of Sheldon's condition, as well as the fact that he had lost the ability to express himself facially, caused him to struggle with depression. Shannon was a deeply supportive person, but she also carried her own burden, juggling the development of her career with the emotional weight of witnessing her husband go through a difficult time. But they did not give up despite everything that was going on. When asked about their faith, Shannon frequently cites it as the anchor that helped them remain rooted. They were able to move forward, one day at a time, with the assistance of prayer, the support of their family, and their unwavering faith in God's plan. Several months into Sheldon's recovery, during what would have been an otherwise routine trip to Pizza Hut, he experienced a moment that will remain in his memory forever. During the time that they were sitting together, Shannon observed a glimmer of movement on Sheldon's face, which was the tiniest indication of a smile, a sign that healing was possible and hope was not lost. It was a victory that was relatively minor but monumental in its significance. Unimaginable challenges were presented to their marriage as a result of the diagnosis and its aftermath, but rather than causing them to become estranged from one another, it served to strengthen their connection by teaching them the true meaning of love, perseverance, and faith. They were determined to face this crisis together, demonstrating that even in the most difficult times, love and hope can shine through. Their journey through this crisis was not yet over, but they were determined to face it together. Both Sheldon Bream and Shannon went through a difficult and emotional journey in the months that followed the surgery that he had undergone. Despite the fact that the brain tumor had been successfully removed, the nerve damage that had left one side of his face paralyzed served as a constant reminder of the ordeal that they had been through. Sheldon, who had been a self-assured and robust individual in the past, had a difficult time accepting his new circumstances. While his physical recovery was a slow process, the emotional toll he had to bear was even more significant. The fact that Sheldon was unable to smile made him feel as though he had lost a fragment of his identity. Even the most basic expression of joy was a challenge for him at this point in his life. Despite the fact that he had always been someone who could brighten up a room simply by himself, Their days were dominated by a profound and unyielding depression that followed, which cast a shadow over their lives. On the other hand, Shannon, who was always optimistic and unwavering in her love, transformed into his anchor. She was adamant about not allowing him to give up hope, and she did so by providing him with consistent encouragement and relying on their mutual faith to see them through. The process of recovery was not a straight line. During the course of his efforts to regain movement in his face, Sheldon made it a habit to attend physical therapy sessions on a consistent basis. Because of the slow pace of progress, there were times when I felt both frustrated and hopeless. On the other hand, Shannon was never far from his side, where she constantly reminded him of the victories they had already achieved and encouraged him to keep fighting. What seemed to be a routine trip to Pizza Hut turned out to be an extraordinary event that took place one day. Shannon noticed a slight movement on Sheldon's face, which she interpreted as a glimmer of a smile as they sat at their table and shared a meal together in silence. It was the first indication of progress, and yet, despite its insignificance, it was monumental. Shannon's eyes began to well up with tears as she came to the realization that this was the breakthrough that they had been praying for. During that particular moment, they experienced a turning point that rekindled their hope and determination. Undoubtedly, faith was a crucial component in the process of their recovery. In the face of such adversity, Shannon and Sheldon turned to prayer, relying on their faith that God had a plan for them, even though they were experiencing something so difficult. The members of their church community came together to support them and offer prayers, which served as a reminder that they were not the only ones going through challenging times. Sheldon began to regain not only his physical strength, but also his self-assurance as a result of their dogged determination. To begin the process of reclaiming his life, he endeavored to establish a series of modest objectives for himself. While this was going on, Shannon continued to maintain a healthy balance between her rapidly developing career and her role as Sheldon's most ardent supporter, demonstrating an incredible amount of love and strength in the process. The path to recovery was not an easy one, but it was a demonstration of their resiliency and their dedication to one another all the way through. Sheldon and Shannon's resilience increased with each passing day, demonstrating that even in the face of the most difficult challenges that life can throw at you, love and faith can be the guiding forces that lead you to recovery. Despite the fact that Shannon Bream has been a rock of support and strength for her husband, Sheldon, she has also been battling her own debilitating health condition, which she has rarely discussed in public until a considerable amount of time has passed. Shannon has chronic erosion syndrome, a painful eye condition that affects her cornea and causes sharp pain, sensitivity to light, and, at its worst, temporary loss of vision. This condition is frequently misunderstood, and it is a significant contributor to Shannon's suffering. Shannon was unable to open her eyes or function normally as a result of the condition, which initially caused her to experience occasional discomfort but progressed to the point where she was in excruciating pain. The impact was devastating for someone whose career is dependent on being in front of the camera and reading scripts under the bright lights of a studio. There were times when she questioned whether or not she would be able to continue carrying out the demanding duties of her job as a news anchor. She was afraid that her condition could potentially derail the career that she had labored so diligently to establish. Shannon rarely let her condition show on air, despite the fact that she was experiencing intense physical pain. There was never a moment when her professional demeanor wavered, and viewers were completely unaware of the challenges she faced behind the scenes. On the other hand, the conflict was a burden in private. It was common for the pain to keep her awake at night, which resulted in her feeling exhausted during the day. Shannon's faith and determination, however, were the things that carried her through. During the time that Sheldon was recuperating, Shannon found herself thinking about the challenges that they had undergone together, that she saw her husband face his challenges with. Because of her condition, Shannon did not allow herself to feel defeated by it. Rather, she took advantage of the opportunity to connect with other people who lived with chronic pain. Shannon shared her experiences with her health journey in subsequent interviews, highlighting the significance of having empathy and perseverance throughout the process. Her experience had helped her gain a deeper understanding of the invisible battles that so many people face on a daily basis, and she shared this with the audience. The forthrightness with which Shannon discussed her challenges struck a chord with her audience, many of whom discovered solace and motivation in the words that she shared. Despite everything that was going on, Shannon never stopped drawing strength from her faith, her family, and her community. Her resiliency and unyielding spirit are demonstrated by the fact that she is able to provide support to Sheldon while simultaneously managing her own pain. When taken as a whole, their experience of overcoming challenges has evolved into a compelling narrative about love, perseverance, and the ability to triumph over adversity. In the lives of Shannon and Sheldon Bream, the most important things in their lives have always been their faith and their family. However, when they were going through the most difficult times in their lives, Sheldon's fight against a brain tumor and Shannon's struggle with chronic eye pain, these pillars became their lifeline, providing them with the strength to face challenges that they had never imagined were possible. They have always placed a significant emphasis on their religious beliefs in their relationship. Shannon and Sheldon have both discussed how their faith in God's plan has helped them navigate the challenges and uncertainties that they have encountered in their lives. During the time that Sheldon was experiencing a health crisis, their faith served as an anchor for them, allowing them to remain composed in the face of fear and hopelessness. Praying together on a daily basis, they discovered solace and hope in the conviction that the challenges they faced were necessary for a greater purpose. The fact that their faith gave them the strength to persevere in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges is something that Shannon frequently discusses. In addition, the participation of family was essential to their journey. During the time that Sheldon was recuperating, Shannon's mother, in particular, was such a reliable source of support that she stepped in to assist in providing care for the couple. Shannon was able to concentrate on her demanding career thanks to her presence, while at the same time ensuring that Sheldon received the necessary care and attention. At a time when they were going through the most challenging times, the extended Bream family came together to support them and offer love, encouragement, and practical assistance. A significant amount of support came from the couple's church community, in addition to their immediate family. These individuals were reminded that they were not alone by the prayers, meals, and companionship that were offered by their friends and fellow congregants. This outpouring of support not only assisted in easing the burdens that they were living under, but it also strengthened their connection to their community as well as their faith. The fact that they were going through similar challenges together helped to strengthen their relationship and brought them closer together as they faced the challenges of life together. Shannon frequently refers to Sheldon as her rock, highlighting the fact that he has maintained his composure even when confronting his own fears. The same can be said for Sheldon, who attributes his ability to persevere to the unwavering love and positivity that Shannon has shown him throughout his life. The Breams have demonstrated through their faith and relationships with their family that even the most difficult challenges can be conquered with the help of love and support. It is a testament to the power of leaning on those you trust and finding hope in the belief that better times are on the horizon. Their story is a testament to both of these things. By working together, they have been able to transform their difficulties into victories, thereby serving as an example to others with their tenacity and dedication to one another. The struggle that Shannon and Sheldon Bream have endured has not only influenced the nature of their relationship, but it has also served as an example to a great number of people. In spite of the overwhelming difficulties they have encountered, such as Sheldon's health crisis and Shannon's struggle with chronic pain, they have consistently chosen to look on the bright side of every circumstance. In addition to being a central theme in Shannon's book, Finding the Bright Side, this perspective has become the defining characteristic of their lives. In her memoir, Shannon details their struggles in an open and honest manner, providing readers with a glimpse behind the scenes of the challenges that have tested their ability to persevere. Shannon describes how they were able to find hope and strength in their love and faith, despite the fear and uncertainty that they experienced as a result of Sheldon's diagnosis and the excruciating process of recovery. Her point of emphasis is that although challenges are unavoidable, the way in which you react to them is what truly determines the course of your journey. During Sheldon's recovery, one of the most moving moments in their story occurred when they saw a small flicker of movement on his face, which was the beginnings of a smile. This gave them a glimmer of hope. It was a defining moment that served as a reminder to them that one can make progress even in the most difficult of circumstances. According to what Shannon has written, these seemingly insignificant victories turned out to be the stepping stones that led them to healing and growth. Through the publication of her book and her public appearances, Shannon has turned their suffering into a purpose, using their story to inspire and motivate others who are going through their own tough times. The importance of leaning on faith and community, as well as the importance of perseverance and gratitude, are all topics that she frequently educates others on. In Shannon's experience, finding the bright side does not mean ignoring challenges. Rather, it means making a conscious decision to concentrate on the positive aspects that can result from adversity. Because of the profound impact that Shannon's message has had on her audience, many of them have discovered solace and motivation in the words that she has spoken. People are writing her letters and sending her messages to express their gratitude for sharing her story and to remind them that they, too, are capable of overcoming the challenges that life presents. It has been a deliberate decision for Shannon and Sheldon to look on the bright side of things. They have made the choice to embrace hope, cherish each other, and have faith in a more significant plan. Even in the face of insurmountable obstacles, there is always a reason to keep moving forward, and their story serves as a potent reminder of this fact. The story of Shannon and Sheldon Bream is a powerful illustration of the resiliency of the human spirit, as well as the strength of love, faith, and perseverance. They have demonstrated that even in the most difficult of circumstances, there is still a glimmer of hope that can be seen through in the darkness. Their journey serves as a reminder that adversity does not define us. Rather, it is how we react to adversity that determines the course of our lives. They have overcome every challenge together, demonstrating that there is no obstacle that is too difficult to overcome when you have unwavering support and faith in a greater plan. From Sheldon's fight against a diagnosis that would change his life to Shannon's own health struggles, they have faced every obstacle together. The narrative of their lives is not simply one of survival. Rather, it is a tale of triumph, strength, and the capacity to discover meaning in suffering. The message that Shannon is trying to convey is crystal clear. Life is full of challenges, but within those challenges lies the potential for growth, healing, and gratitude. Shannon continues to inspire others through her work and her memoir, Finding the Bright Side. What are your thoughts on the incredible journey that Shannon and Sheldon have taken? Are you moved emotionally by the tale they told? Post your thoughts in the comments section below. If you found this story to be inspiring, please remember to give this video a like, share it with someone who could use some encouragement, and subscribe to our channel so that you can hear more stories that are both powerful and uplifting. So that you never miss an update, make sure to tap the notification bell. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we hope to see you in the next one.